me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts obsession, I will not stop, no I'm never second guessing.
We're going to discuss a couple of the takeaways from this awesome Houston victory. There was a couple of ups and downs, but we're going to look at the broad spectrum of how this game went. Remember to like and subscribe if you like this video. It helps me out a lot, and we're going to dive right into it. Sanders is getting his kicking groove back. I mean, this game, he was perfect on everything, and that's important. I think even one of the times that we could have went for a fourth down, we allowed Sanders to kick the ball because it's just important to have a kicker. Right now, when we're beating teams by a lot, it's not really that big of a deal, but if you have an unconfident kicker in your locker room when it comes to playoff time and you need that 3 points to win, it's not a good thing. So we need to get his confidence up, and I think this game did that, where he made everything, and it's a slow building process to allow him to be a better player. The O-line, though. The O-line without Teron Armstead seemed to be struggling. It was struggle bus city for most of the third quarter, and it was kind of scary actually to see that. Austin Jackson came back, and I'm not really liking what I'm seeing from Austin Jackson. Maybe it was his first day, he's a little rusty, I get it, but it's not like we have a lot to work from with Austin Jackson. He hasn't really been that great of a player to begin with. So seeing the O-line the way that it is, especially when we're playing San Fran, which their defense is always very stout and they're going to be very physical. If our offensive line cannot handle these defensive ends and D tackles, it's going to be tough for Tua to throw the ball. Now, he gets it out very quickly, which is a fantastic thing, but the O-line needs to hold up for a little bit longer. We need to move Austin Jackson somewhere else. We need to put Shell back at right tackle because he seems to be doing better over there. And we need to figure out the left tackle spot for Teron Armstead to be out for the couple of games that he is. Because Tua, love that he's a great quarterback, but Tua is not the biggest guy. So if he starts taking hits, I'm getting scared that he's going to take an injury. I also think that they're going to be better. I think it was just a sporadic surprise and they just had to throw people in. I think when we get more of the offensive line practice in and they gel a little bit better without Teron in there, it's going to be a lot better. Now, like I said, Tua gets the ball out very quickly, so it's going to help the offensive line a lot. But we do need them to step it up and allow Tua at least 3 seconds to scan the field and throw the ball. Like I said, I think it's going to be better, but it kind of worried me a little bit seeing Teron Armstead go out and seeing what we had after that. And this is going to be a bright spot. I mean, after the bye week, I felt like Tua was a little rusty, but not enough to even notice it. I mean, the guy had almost 300 yards and a half. I get it. It was the worst team in the NFL, but the Eagles have played them. A lot of people have played them and have not had numbers like this. Tua just keeps showing people why he is the man and why he's our franchise quarterback and why he's doing things that, to be honest, not a lot of quarterbacks can do. I mean, he's getting stats and he's getting touchdowns and he's being efficient, and he even shows you that he's mobile, he can move inside the pocket. I mean, he shows you everything from a quarterback standard, and he's incredibly smart. And it just showed it this week that he is balling, and he's not going to stop anytime soon. I mean, you give him a decent amount of weapons, you give him an offensive line, and he's going to carve every single team up. I'm not afraid of going against any team with this quarterback, and that's a cool thing to say because we haven't had that for a very long time. Tua is showing us that we have one of the most elite quarterbacks in the league, and we're going to have him for a while. And it's not because of anything else besides he's not trying to be athletic. He's just trying to be smart. And those quarterbacks, they last for 20 years. That's exciting. So Tua hasn't taken a step back. Tua is just getting better every single week, and it's scary for the rest of the league. Now, going to his running mate, though, Waddle, I mean, there's a couple of drops from Waddle where I'm kind of wondering what is going on, because he seems to have some of these games where he drops these easy passes, and I don't know if I think it's just one of those things that he takes his eye off the ball and looks at the defenders, but he needs to start really working on securing the catches, because it seems to be there's 1 or 2 drops a game that I feel really aren't that hard to catch. And I feel like Waddle's the number one receiver in the league. Yes, Tyreek Hill is there, but I don't feel like he's a number two. And he needs to not drop these passes at these times because it just kind of kills the drive. I mean, you have this big play, and then your guy just drops the ball. I love Waddle. I don't take anything away from him. He's an excellent player, but he needs to hold on to the ball, and he needs to not drop some of these easy passes because they're taking away yards and they're taking away big gains. One of the brightest spots of this whole thing is that our defense is starting to really come into their own. Bradley Chubb had a sack. Jalen Phillips had a sack. I mean, we've really looked like the defense of last year, which is scary. It is so scary for other teams because now our offense is the best in the league and our defense is looking very, very stout, which is going to be amazing for the playoff run that we're going to have because we're going to start shutting teams down like we have been doing. And it doesn't look like there's really any weak spot in a lot of our parts in our team. And that is going to be incredible. We're going to be playing equal football where we don't have to score 50 points to win games, it looks like. We just have to keep moving the ball down the field. We might score 50 points, but our defense is going to shut down teams. And they're not going to allow them to score. So now we're going to be that elite type of team that on both sides of the ball, we are tough. It's Cater Kohu and River Craycraft. Two guys that we don't really talk about a whole bunch, but these guys are really coming into their own. And I think we can build with both of these guys. Mostly Kohu because he is turning into a solid cornerback. He is on the outside on most of the team's second receivers, sometimes they're slot receivers. The guy is really doing a great job. I think we can really build with him. I don't think we need Byron Jones back. I think the guy is going to step up and continue doing what he's doing. And River Craycraft, I mean, he's going to be our little Wes Welker. The guy is just doing everything that Wes Welker does. He's the inside guy. He's the guy that gets the tough yardage, and he's the guy that knows how to route run and catch the ball and is efficient. And it seems like Tua, every time he has him in, is looking to him when the other two aren't open. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, like and subscribe. Fins up. Another W. It looked good. There were some rough parts, but I think we can move forward with this and really have a successful week and get ready for San Francisco. There's some things that we need to work on, but I think we had a great win. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and peace.